Welcome to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services virtual training for Home Help Individual Provider Revalidation. There are 7 videos which will help walk you through the required revalidation steps for home help individual providers. This video covers Step 2, Locations. Links to each video can be accessed on our webpage at www.michigan.gov/homehelp. This training is specific for any individual home health provider completing a provider revalidation. This video assumes you have completed Step 1 in the revalidation process. If you have not completed Step 1, you should locate the instructions for completing Step 1 on the website and complete that step first. Now that you have completed Step 1 in the revalidation process, you will notice that the next required step showing incomplete is Step 2, Locations. Click on the blue hyperlink to begin this step. The Locations list page will load. Click on the blue hyperlink for Primary Practice Location under the Location Type field and the Location Details page will load. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and you will see the address list with multiple address types listed. Although you may have more address types, you will at least have addresses listed for correspondence, location, and primary pay-to. Begin by clicking on Correspondence. This will open the Manage Provider Location Address page. Review all of the required fields, marked by an asterisk, and make any changes as necessary. Whether or not you make changes, before you can complete this page, you must click the Validate Address button to the right of the zip code field. When you validate your address, a blue message should appear saying Address Validation was successful. Once your address has been successfully validated, on the upper left-hand side of the screen, click the Save button, then Close. You will be returned to the Location Details screen. When you scroll down to the address list, you will notice there are now 2 correspondence address types, one with an approved status and one with a status of in review. You should now click on the next address type on the list, which for our example is Location. This will again open the Manage Provider Location Address page. You're going to repeat the same process on this screen. If necessary, update your address, then click Validate Address, and then Save, and then Close. You will again be returned to the Location Details screen. When you scroll down to the address list, you will notice there are also now 2 location types, one with an approved status and one with a status of in review. Please note, you are unable to update the primary pay-to address in CHAMPS. If you try to update the information, you will notice the Save button is grayed out. Information about how to change your payment address can be found on our website, www.michigan.gov/homehelp. You will need to update every address type listed except for the primary pay-to address and ensure each one has an approved status and in review status to continue. Once you have completed updating each address type, you will need to ensure your hours are listed correctly. This field may have hours listed if you have completed it before, or it may be blank. If you try to save with the hours blank, an error will occur notifying you all office hour fields are required. To complete the hours section, you will need to indicate with the drop-down menus the hours you are available. You will need to choose an Open At, Close At, and AM/PM option for each day. If there is any day you are not available, select Closed in the Open At drop-down, and you will not need to complete the AM/PM or Close At section for that day. Please note, if your schedule changes, you can update this information at any time by logging back into CHAMPS and repeating this process. If you have any questions about this process, Home Help Provider Support contact information will be given at the end of this video. When you are done updating your hours, click the Save button in the upper left-hand corner of your screen and then click Close. If you close the screen without saving first, you will need to repeat this step. After clicking Close, you will be returned to the Locations list screen. You will now notice the primary practice location is listed twice, once with a status of approved and once with an in review status. Click Close and you will be returned to the Revalidation Steps screen. You will notice that Step 2 now has a status of complete and a modification status of updated. This indicates you have completed Step 2, Locations. Thank you for watching the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services virtual training for Home Help Individual Provider Revalidation. As a reminder, this was the second of 7 videos which will help walk you through the required revalidation steps for Home Help Individual Providers. The next video in the series covers Step 3, Specialties, and can be accessed on our webpage at www.michigan.gov/homehelp. If you have any questions about your revalidation, please contact us by email at providersupport@michigan.gov or by calling the Home Help Provider Support Hotline at 1-800-979-4662. Thank you for participating in the Michigan Medicaid program.